All right, Deandra. Deandra, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Visalia. When I was younger, I was born in Downey, California, and I grew up between Visalia and the San Gabriel Valley.
Tell me about your family.
My family, I haven't seen my family together in about 9 years. I think 8 years. I don't think I've seen my dad in about 14.
How would you describe your childhood in general?
Very, very, very difficult.
What kind of stuff was going on?
Well, at 7 years old, I'm a time traveler. So like when I was younger, I dealt with leading the Renaissance and coming into my body as a child in the new era, was like late in the 90s. So when I was a little girl, it was very hard for me, very, very hard for me, because I had to leave the Renaissance and then I had to come to the new millennium, or the late 90s, early 2000s. And I had to leave my kids and my husband, who was Mark Wahlberg, in the Renaissance.
This was, how old were you when this was going on?
7 years old.
But so your childhood with your family was,
Lots of hypnotizing. I was hypnotized all the time by everything. Despite people trying to kidnap me and me getting dropped off by fucking weird, the women in my family were very confused. They didn't know how to handle a lot of this stuff. Neither did None of the women knew how to handle this period being around me, because I was constantly getting cursed, and I was, everything was hard. It's been hard. The only way I was able to have fun was when my parents would make me forget things. So
how far did you go in school?
I didn't graduate high school. I lied about it and said I did, but I didn't graduate high school. I stopped going to school when I was a junior. I want to say early junior year.
What did you do after that?
I was on the street.
You've been on the streets ever since?
Yeah. I had to find a way to find myself, to connect my two worlds together. And despite all the cursing and all of the things that the people were doing to me, I forced it, because I feel like I didn't have a sense or purpose. I feel like I didn't matter. I feel like, or I felt, I feel both, like they took the Santa Muerte in the sky for granted. Who, when I say in the sky, I mean, how everybody has their God. Well, my God, I don't see, but my God speaks to me, and he also speaks through her, who is, I can't say who she is because it's not something that you're not allowed to talk about in our community. And it's just, I forget things. Like, I'm already forgetting things. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. Hold on. My ears are full. I gotta I'm so whenever I get my nose and my throat and my face gets like this, that means I'm being cursed. So
Did your parents ever put you in touch with a mental health doctor or anything like that?
oh yeah, I've been in and out of mental hospitals my whole life.
And what did they find?
Huh? I can't hear you.
What did they find? Did you have anything that needed mental health medications or treatment or anything like that?
Yeah.
Was there ever any diagnosis?
Oh, I'm sure you can ask them. I mean, I was always appeared fine. I mean, yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder from stress from my mom.
What was going on with your mom when you were a kid?
Well, I was being cursed by her 24/7. People get off on cursing me. You know, it's an epidemic. People who curse the Santa Muerte. But when you curse her, you have to deal with the consequences for cursing her. And when you do curse someone with all the power in the world, you have to really think about what you're doing, whether you're doing it for yourself or whether you're doing it for you. What I mean is your inner God, your outer God. Your inner God is supposed to be inside of you. If you're cursing for your inner God, then that means that you look at yourself as God. Okay? I don't look at myself as God because I know who God is. I know his powers. He gives me my powers.
What are your powers?
My power comes with connection. I can connect. I can look at someone and I can already know their intentions. I don't need a sidekick. I don't need anything to really tell me what your intentions are, what you're doing, who you are as a person. I can already see it. I can already see what you're trying to accomplish.
And do you have children now?
Yes, I do. I take care of around 200 children, over 200 children.
And these are your children or someone
My
else?
children, I have 39 of my own kids, and 39.
39?
Yeah, that I had in the Renaissance, and that I brought that have stayed with their father in and out of Haiti. But Oprah has them at a ranch. She helps me take care of them.
I'm sorry?
Oprah, you know who Oprah is?
Yes.
She helps me take care of my kids.
Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey helps me take care of my children because I am a Santa Muerte and I give people the best and their heart's desires. I fulfill dreams for people. I make things happen, but they have to believe within their heart who they are. If you are going to be like the transvestites that cursed and raped me, you're gonna get what you're setting out to do. And I think that people who do that to me, I think it's funny because they're asking for a lifetime of misery, and a lifetime of misery in time traveling times is endless.
Because you'll curse them?
You curse yourself when you curse me. It's rhetorical. So I don't curse them. But when you curse me, God says that God's going to tell me what to do, and I don't need to do anything because he takes care of the cursing. I don't need to curse. When you curse me, it's automatic rhetorical. Like if someone over here is doing something that they know is a trigger, and that sets me off, or that are just common, that people set up curses everywhere I go. Set up every curses everywhere I go. And and it's just something like that. When I got sealed, and when people try to break my seals, they end up in prison, in Mortharian prisons. And I just retake. I'm Queen of Transylvania, so I really don't have to worry about anything anymore. So when I reclaimed being Queen of Transylvania is when I took back a huerta that they used to curse me and the people that I love. Okay? So when you do that and you're cursing me and you thought you were going to trap me somewhere else, all I did was fall asleep and take it back with the help from White Voodoo.
How old are you now, Diondra?
36.
Where do you stay?
What does that have to do with me being Queen of Transylvania?
No, I'm just. Are you
Like
20?
you're all over the place. Like, are we gonna do like an interview, like talking about like what like this like whole thing, or like do you want to know about me? Because like I mean, if you want to know about me, I'll tell you about me, but don't mix two of them together because they're
sorry.
two separate lives.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where do you stay now? Where do you?
Well, I don't know. I just got out of Muerte. I just got
You're
out.
in a tent on the street, or you're?
I just got out of Muerte, which means that I just got finished sacrificing before I came to see you.
Okay. Are drugs a part of your life?
That's none of anybody's business.
Where would you like to be in 5 years?
I am already where I'm at. I don't need to look towards my future. I've accomplished the ultimate goal,
Which is?
meeting Jesus. Having Jesus curse for the Santa Muerte. That's the ultimate goal for me.
How many people have you, or Jesus cursed?
Jesus doesn't, okay, see, people that ask that say stupid things like that, how many people has Jesus cursed?
Well,
Okay.
I think you said earlier.
Jesus does what God wants, okay?
Or
There's
God,
okay, do you know the hierarchy in heaven?
I don't.
Because I don't think you know the hierarchy how it works in heaven, okay? There's God, there's God's kings, okay? Who he has a set of his 12 disciples. His 12 disciples oversee everything, okay? If you are a chosen 12 disciple, you have to protect the sanctified woman who protects the dead, okay? The sanctified woman who protects the dead is me. I was chosen by those 12 disciples and God a very, very long time ago, before people cut into my fucking time and didn't cut out hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. Hold on, I have something in my eye. That's how it goes. And if you get between that, if you think that you're going to overrule God, his kings, and his hierarchy of anything that he's got, not to mention Satan curses for me as well, because Satan is my brother. Okay, so you have to remember that I am in between this and this. Okay, and not to mention Hades, my husband, my ex-husband. Okay, so I should say distant husband, because when you're married to Haiti, you really don't ever leave him, okay?
Who is Haiti?
Haiti? Who's Hades, whoever you want him to be. I can't give you a name.
Okay.
So, in between those two things, you have to remember, I travel between, I go here and I go here. I'm a good person, so I float. I have to float. I have a chance to go like this. Okay? So, with that, I can say that it is a blessing, and it is the most exciting and magical thing that you could ever ask for, to be blessed by a sanctified queen from the heavens and the fallen angel from below. It is a blessing to be in the presence of somebody like me, because you have a chance to ask for everything that you want. And you have a chance to ask for your wildest dreams, as long as they're within reach of, not being pedophilic and disgust and disdain from the people of the world. Well, if you think that you're going to ask me to feed into your flesh, I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a talk with them, and they're going to say, honey, this is what we're going to do about this.
Can you tell a story or two of what you've...
I cannot tell a story because the story isn't true. I can answer your questions, and that's the best I can do.
Are there any examples of how what you're describing has...
Ask me something.
Is there anyone that you've met that you've affected, like, with your disciples? And
You mean affected? You mean
your
have I
curses.
changed lives?
Yeah, exactly.
You want to know about cursing? I'm not going to sit here and talk about cursing people. That's stupid. It's
Is there
petty.
anything that you would like to talk about?
Well, you're the one asking the questions. I mean, you want to know about these things that I'm telling you, but don't ask me to tell you how to curse. That's stupid.
I'm not asking how to do it. I'm just asking, like,
And don't ask me about how to find these people either, because I'm not going to tell you that
I'm not
either.
asking to find anyone.
And don't ask me their names, because that's
I'm
just
not
stupid.
asking any names, darling.
It's like so like that's just common, you know. I don't insult my intelligence, please.
I'm sorry. Do you have any friends?
I have quite a few acquaintances. Quite a
Acquaintance
few.
is not really a friend, though.
I have friends, but I got taken away from my friends, so I haven't got to see them in a very long time. My friends got cursed by disgusting people, and they got dragged in to coming to a muerte and got dragged into being in a place because people don't like to mind their own fucking business. And so now I have to go and I have to make sure after I get a week or two of rest, because I haven't slept in 2 years, I have to go and check on these people because these people decided to go and help me, which means that they sacrificed for the Santa Muerte by sacrificing their lives to come and help me.
And you were chosen at what age? Like when you were a kid, or before you were?
You don't get chosen. It's like God. When you're if you're a time traveler, you know better. Like why would you like? Oh my God!
I'm sorry, I've never met a time traveler before. So
you don't know what a time traveler is?
I know what
I
it
thought
is.
you're a time traveler.
No, I'm saying I've never met one before. That's all I'm saying.
So you're not a time traveler?
No, I guess I'm not. I'm stuck right here.
Oh, well, there's your answer, Bruce.
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Of all the times that you have traveled, what has been your favorite?
I haven't got to travel. It depends where, but I haven't got to travel. I haven't got to go anywhere. And what I do in my dreams is private, so I'm not going to have a conversation like that with you. Because I can already feel like I can't trust you, so.
How do you survive on the streets? How do you make money?
I don't have to survive in the streets because I'm not in the streets.
Where do you stay?
None of your business. I don't stay anywhere. I walk around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
But that
Unless I'm getting kidnapped or held against my own will.
But that probably requires some money to eat, or
I don't. I do without.
you don't eat.
I do without when I sacrifice. And when I come home, I hope that all my sacrificing was worth something, because you know what? I got everything that was mine, even in my lot of all the things that I had given to me were cursed to 5 transvestites.
Where's home? You said when you go home.
That home doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about right now.
What do you think most people don't understand about time travel and all the things you're describing?
I could care less if they understand it or not.
I know you don't care, but I'm just asking.
I don't care about retarded people and the things that they have, like, I have to say, because like retardation is just something you're born with, okay? If you're retarded and you're ignorant, I can't take that away from you unless you ask for it. So I can't take away your retardation and your ignorance. So, and I'm not going to. Because this is retarded. I'm only doing this because I thought this was going to be somewhat like helpful for some reason. I don't
Could
know.
it be helpful to those listening? What would you like to share? I think there's a lot of people that don't understand a lot of the things that you've described.
Okay, so if they don't understand it, then they need to sit with the cardinal and or a priest and ask.
There's nothing that you can do to enlighten anyone?
Oh, I'm talking to you, so this is about you, not me.
Okay, is there anything you can do to enlighten me? Because I seem to be very confused as to what you're describing.
If you're confused, then maybe you need to talk to a priest, okay? And when you talk to your priest, you come and talk to me, okay? Because I'm not somebody that you really want to just jump and have a conversation with, because unless you're ready and you have a map of your due diligence list and your will.
I'm just trying to learn. I have
Before and after.
I'm sorry?
Before and after.
No, I'm just trying to learn.
Okay, well, and I'm trying to explain it to you. So that's what you have to do. Because by you jumping to me is skipping a whole lot of steps, and it's going to do nothing but probably hurt you, instead of which I'm going to give you a pass this time because you're naive. But I highly suggest that you talk to your priest about having the next conversation or interview with me, because you aren't your knowledge is very minimal about the woman who I am.
Very.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you a piece of advice, and if you want to have a conversation in the future after you are done talking to the guy who works with me, or my children, or my hierarchy of cardinals and priests that are in the church, or kings and queens, whoever. I have a lot of people that can refer you to somebody that you can have a conversation with before you come to me. Because if you come to me, it's like you're shutting all your dreams and everything that you ever thought that you have in your future. You're asking it to go to hell by doing that. Okay?
Got it.
So I'm going to give you a piece of advice, and I'm going to tell you that. And when you get all that figured out, you come and you talk to me. You say, since our first interview and since our first conversation, this is what I think. So I should have done this, or I shouldn't have, or however you want to take it.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a second chance, and I'm going to give you, the option to do a little bit more research. And since, I just, got out of sacrificing and you not knowing so much about me, I'm going to give you a chance to learn about me. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's the most I can do for you.
I appreciate that. Tell me about your kids.
I like to keep my family private for now, because
I'm not asking about any.
No, I know. I just because you don't know me, I want you to go talk to somebody
No,
before.
but I've never met anybody who has how many kids? 200?
Like I said, before you say anything else that's going to ruin your second chance in having a conversation with me, I'm just going to suggest that we stop here.
Okay.
But if you want to talk to me off camera, I can answer some questions for you. But it's just, I don't want, you're only going to get one chance with me, okay? And I'm going to give you two. Okay. People don't get two chances with the Santa Muerte, okay? They get one. Okay? That's all I'm going to tell you right now. So please be wise.
Okay. Would you like to talk about Muerte, you're calling it?
I think we should just pause it right there. Okay. If you, like I said, if you want to turn off the camera or you want to talk, that's fine. But I just don't think that. If you want to talk about something, let's talk about. What's the date today?
Today is the 14th of January.
Okay. And how long have you been here in this establishment?
You and I have been here for maybe half an hour.
No, I meant here, working here.
I've been here in this studio about 4 years. 3.5 years.
Has anybody come in and have done any interviews with you about and had talked about me?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Oh, Okay, well that's good. Cause like I'm just curious to know what you know about me before you start asking me like about my children.
No, you just mentioned you had.
Yeah, because I thought you had knowledge about me, but now I know you don't.
I don't. I don't know anything about you.
Okay.
I know nothing about you except you told me you had hundreds of kids. So I found that interesting. Or 39 kids, I think you also said you had. Is anyone else in your family chosen like you are?
I'm not going to answer that either.
I'm sorry?
I'm not going to answer that either.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, or you feel like we're done?
When I was sacrificing, I was raped, I was kidnapped, I was held against my own will, I was hurt by a lot of people that looked up to this. So, I'm gonna tell. I have something to talk about. When I was a little kid, there was this guy who followed me around all the fucking time, in and out of Muerte, and his name was Nettie. And you know what he did? He terrorized my life as a child, and he would kidnap me, lock me in bathrooms, make my parents forget where they were, because he would hypnotize people into getting what he wanted. Okay? Now, when he would hypnotize people, I'm talking about, he would find out some of the most disgusting and sickest ways to get something from somebody. And what he would do to me, and to get to me, he would he would have me killed, and then when I would reincarnate, he would bring me back in a tent 15 years prior to the date that I was dead. Back in time. And then would seal off the area so that way my family couldn't find me. My children had to watch me get raped. My children had to watch me get kidnapped in Torture Town. So if that's something you want to know about, that's something that people need to know about.
I'd love to know more about that.
That's something that people need to know about.
What would you like to talk about that?
Before, I didn't think that I was too sensitive, but now it just makes me fucking angry because these people think that what they call the netter community, they think that they're good people, and they look up to this guy there was a guy who's a good person, right? Who I really can't talk about, but then there's another guy with the same name who's a bad person. Okay? Now, I know who the good one is because he's my friend and that's all I can tell you. But this bad guy, whose name I already gave you, got blessed with all of these gifts, and I would like to know who gave him my gifts to come in and out of an area that is for people who the Santa Muerte needs, who protect her, and that, she protects them. How did these people get in to invade my space? Where did they learn all this stuff from? Because if it is something that, whatever secret society I'm going to find out about, whatever these people are doing that he curses before himself or whatever, all that other shit, it's disgusting. And whoever does affiliate themselves with that shit is going to end up in the river of death. And when I tell you the river of death, it is a river that Haiti has, that spirits go in and they don't come out. And when your spirit dies, your body will follow. And people need to know about what they're getting themselves into when they support people who rape the Santa Muerte and who hurt her and who trap her and who do all these things to curse her, because I have armies, I have lieutenants, I have generals, I have people all over the world who will fight for me. And I'm talking about from the King of England all the way back in the Renaissance, all the way till now. What does that tell you? Ambassadors, presidents, all over the world. I have historical, amazing characters and people who have got to survive because we won a war. Yes, I had all these things happen, but if they think that they're going to continue to do it, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. It really confuses me how people think that they're like, past and present is going to come to a flow very soon. So what I mean by that is there's going to be people from the biblical days who have reincarnated and progressed into time traveling who are still going to be alive, which means I'm going to use the three guys from the Bible as an example: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay, I'm not going to say that it's true, and I'm not going to say it's false, but I'm going to say there's a chance, a very good chance, that these men are still alive. Very good chance.
What advice would you give to the people watching this that don't quite understand everything you're describing? What do we all need to know more?
I think the best advice that I could give everybody is protect your family. Whatever religion, denominational religion you are, I think that the most important thing is that if you want to make sure that you're safe, all I need you to do is ask me to protect you, and I will. It's as easy. I'm going to teach you guys how to do one thing. All you need to do is seal your home. Okay? And when you do that, you can have your mother or the woman or the man of the house put together a fragrance or a type of mist water, holy water. We'll call it holy water because we all the religions of the world have their own holy water. Okay? Use your holy water in the corners of your house to seal it. And what that can do for you is you're asking me to protect you and your family. And if you give me the chance to do that, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Because I will protect you and I will protect your family. Because God has given me life after death so many times. It would be my honor to be able to protect every family in the world.
How many times have you died?
More than 2,000 times.
You've had a rough life.
Yeah, very. Very. Yeah. But, up until today, up until now, I think that before where I felt like I didn't have a purpose, now I have a purpose. I have a purpose
What do you think that purpose is?
to save the world, one person at a time,
It's a noble cause.
and to protect everybody, just as any bad person would try to violate some good person. I don't want that to happen ever again. Because the war of good and evil has a hero, and that hero is me. And I don't say that with pride. I say that with hope, that I can continue to help rescuing souls and helping people and saving diamonds and giving them back and doing all these amazing things, because if I can do it, I'm gonna need a lot of helpers. That means that I need a lot of help to be protected. And so does my hierarchy in heaven and hell.
You can't do it alone.
I cannot. And I say hell very lightly because you gotta remember, Haiti deals with with all the people who have hurt all the good people in the world. Just like all the good people go to heaven, heaven's a beautiful place. It is the most amazing place you'll ever go. To be aware, well, the word that the community likes to use is Muertharian, okay? To be a Muertharian time traveler with the future and the hope of a nautical marriage with my family is only one's dream. And if I can continue to share it with the world, that's what I'm gonna do. But I don't want people to give up on getting to know me as a person and as your Santa Muerte.
All right. Diondra, thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing your thoughts on all of this. And
I appreciate it.
maybe we'll do this again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd enjoy that.
All right.
Thank you, darling.
No problem.